names are Jacob and Brooke Coons, and this is our daughter Karissa. Carissa's symptoms started January of 2020. She was diagnosed with Epstein-Barr virus in February, and got really sick with it. Ended up being hospitalized, and finally kind of had a measure of recovery. But then in April of 2021, she really regressed again to where it seemed like she had mono again, and ended up at Mayo Clinic a couple of times in the hospital and was very sick. So before we came here, she was bedbound. She had been pretty much in bed for months, and she pretty much didn't talk. She had very severe brain fog, so that was part of why she didn't talk, I think, because it was too hard to formulate sentences and think about what to say. And she couldn't do school. She couldn't handle light or sound, which she's still dealing with, light and sound sensitivity. She had a very poor appetite, and she had been on a feeding tube in the past, in August and September. She had come off of it, but we realized she was very close to needing to go back on it again, because she was having a hard time eating and drinking. So we heard about Sponaugle Wellness Institute on, I think it was November 24th, and she was doing bad enough that we quickly decided to come here. And we came. She started treatment December 15th, and this is January 5th, and we've been amazed at just this short amount of time already. She's made progress to where I wouldn't really call her bedbound anymore. She doesn't have a lot of energy, but she's not in bed all the time. Some of her light and sound sensitivity is better. She can think a lot better, and she can talk a lot better, and her appetite is great. There's no danger for going back on the feeding tube right now. And she actually just last night and this morning did a little bit of school on a computer for the first time since September. So we're amazed. It feels like a miracle. So we're thankful. Yeah, hi, I'm Brooke Coons, and this is my daughter Karissa, and we are from Central Illinois. So we came to Sponaugle the beginning of December and started treatment December 15th. So we've been here about 9 weeks in treatment, and we just have been totally amazed at the transformation we've seen in Karissa. When we came, she was just in bed all the time. She was really struggling to eat because she had so much pain. She had a lot of stomach pain, and so she basically was not eating or drinking very much at all, and she just was very fatigued, just in bed, and slept a lot, and just was not at all healthy and normal. And she cried a lot, and just was very sick. And within just even a few days, actually like 3 days here of treatment, we already could start to see a change in her, and she just totally amazed us with the transformation that she just, almost day by day, you could see her improving. And yeah, I mean, today I would say she's pretty much 100% normal. Wouldn't you say, Karissa? She's energetic, happy, just totally, her appetite is healthy, and she has no pain. So she's just really the little girl she was before she got sick. She got sick in January of 2020 and just has struggled with her health ever since. We've been to a lot of doctors. We tried quite a few doctors in Illinois, and nobody really could help us. And so we ended up taking her to Mayo Clinic, and they really couldn't help us either. They did put her on a feeding tube, which she needed because she was in so much pain. She was struggling to eat or drink. So she was on a feeding tube for about a month. She was hospitalized at Mayo Clinic twice. So they recognized that she was sick, but they didn't really know what to do for it. And what really their treatment plan for her was that she just had to learn how to cope and live with chronic pain. So we were supposed to not ask her about her pain, not talk about her pain, basically just ignore it, and use psychological tactics kind of to teach her to live with it. And so the goal was not, we wanted her pain to be gone, but it was like they just didn't feel like that wasn't really the goal, because they didn't know what to do. And so the goal was to teach her how to live with it. And so she was never officially diagnosed, but she was suspected to have a post-viral syndrome, which would be myalgic encephalomyelitis, or ME, which is a post-viral syndrome associated with Epstein-Barr virus. And that's what she had in 2020 that first triggered all of this. We felt like God really opened the doors and led us to Sponaugle Wellness Institute, because we had never heard of it. And somebody one day sent me a text message from giving me the contact information of a mother whose daughter had been sick for a long time with some symptoms similar to Karissa's. And so I contacted that mother, and she was bringing her daughter to Sponaugle. And so, of course, that was very, we wanted to come then very soon, because it was hope again, and we really had we didn't know what to do. And so we came within maybe a couple of weeks of hearing about it. And yeah, that's what brought us here. So we just know it was the hand of God. And yeah, I'm just amazed at the science, I guess, behind treatment here. It just, within a week, I think, of being here, they had found that Karissa has a genetic condition that has contributed to all of this, where her body can't absorb nutrition like it should, and it can't detoxify like it should. And so that was a big part of her problem. She had this big toxin build up in her body that she just couldn't get rid of. And so they addressed that, and that's what she needed. And it just was such a huge contrast to just being told we need to just train her how to live with pain. So yeah, we're just so thankful that we can go home and just watch her be a normal child, instead of going home and teaching her how to live with pain.
Well, Karissa, how old are you?
9.
You're 9? And what grade are you in school?
3rd.
You're in 3rd grade. How do you feel now compared to before treatment?
Before we came here, I felt tired and like it was in a little pain. I feel like energetic and I don't have anything.
Oh, that's good. Who was your nurse at Sponaugle Wellness Institute?
Gary.
Gary. What was your favorite thing at Sponaugle Wellness?
Getting better.
That's awesome.